if you've been watching this channel for a little while, you'll know that that black 540i is pretty special to me. Or you know I like it a lot, and you know that that is one of the reasons why I bought the E39 M5 instead of buying something newer, more comfortable, or faster, or cheaper. But ever since I got the car, I wanted to do, / I needed to do, the valve cover gaskets and refurb the rocker covers. I'll show you why. As you can see, they are a little bit worse for wear, paint's peeling, and they are actually weeping around the rocker cover as well, which initially wasn't too much of an issue, but as time's gone on, and I still haven't done them, it's now leaking more and more. So it needs to be addressed. And as today is a incredibly wet, rainy, dismal day, I thought what a brilliant opportunity to actually give some love to the black 540 instead of spending all my time and money on that goddamn M5. Not that that's a bad thing, but that's the plan for today. I'm gonna get in and do these valve cover gaskets and give them a bit of a refurb and paint them with some wrinkle coat, which I really, really like the look on these M62 engines. I've got the seals to go on. They're the gaskets, both the inner and outer for both the left and right. And I also actually went ahead and bought 6 of these bolts, which go at these 3 here at the very front of the valve cover. I just thought would freshen the look up, the engine up that little bit more. So I'm gonna put them in as well. And I've also got some nuts to go on the other studs around the rest of it, just in case any of them need them. I've only got 10. There is more than that on the engine, but I don't think all of them are gonna need to be replaced. So that's the plan. Now the first thing I'm gonna do is disconnect the battery, because on the passenger side valve cover there is the positive terminal, which you need to remove obviously. I don't want that flapping around if that's going to, well, just in case it shorts out on anything. So good first step. Now in the last video, when I did the valve cover gaskets on the blue 540, one of the most commonly asked questions in the comments was about how to undo the injector plugs. For all of you people that were asking that question, I'll pay attention this time, and I'll try and get the camera in there and show you actually how the injectors come off, because yeah, they're actually on the bottom of these electrical boxes. So yeah, I'll just undo this other nut and then we'll be good to go. Okay, I've got a light set up. Hopefully that will help you actually see the clip to get it off the injector. And if you follow that screwdriver down there, let me zoom in again. Boom. So that clip right there that the screwdriver is on, that is the clip that is holding it on. And that's, I'm pretty sure that's all it's got to be. It's just off the side a little bit, like that far. And then that should let it, okay, yeah, you can see it's got a little bit of movement already. So that's only the first one. Then you've got to go along and do all 4 on each side, then it should come off.
Perfect.
Okay, just to be completely clear, with those clips that people said were tricky, that is what the clips look like there, those metal ones. So they're obviously fully on. I've actually knocked the one off of this clip, off of this plug completely. It's down in there in the valley. That one's hanging on, and that one's hanging on, and actually clip onto each injector there like that. And yeah, by far the worst one is the cylinder at the back, because it is really quite hidden under the fuel rail. But yeah, I just used a long screwdriver and a pick to get them off, and that did the job. Okay, I got the covers off, and actually as soon as they came off, I gave them a quick hit with a wire brush just to try and scrape off all the stuff that was, or the paint that was peeling and flaking. Then I started cleaning them, which they were pretty dirty, pretty messy, and then I actually pressure washed them. And they're worse than I first thought they were. Obviously that's kind of expected, but what's bad, or what I wasn't expecting, is all of this pitting. The ones on my blue 540, that was a non-TU, so there might be slightly different material. They had some areas that were pitting like that, but probably not quite that bad. Whereas really pretty much both covers on this car, look at the top there, they're pitting everywhere that's visible once they're on the engine anyway. Down here doesn't really matter, but that's not that's not pitting. That's in fact the paint. Still, that's really hard actually to get off, so I'm gonna have to do some more work to get that off. But I'm thinking, because the pitting's pretty bad, I might, on the blue car it wasn't too bad, and the wrinkle coat sort of hides it, so I didn't worry about it. I just hit it with a wrinkle coat and put them on, and you can't tell once they're on the car. But with this one, I might hit it with like an etch primer and then like a fill primer and do a few layers and just try and fill in some of those holes a little bit, and then hit them with the wrinkle coat. I think that'll be the plan anyway. But before I get there, I've got a lot more cleaning up to do. I'm just gonna keep wire brushing it. I've got a smaller one now to get into all the grooves. I might even hit it with the brass brush on a drill to try and speed things up. And then I'm gonna sand it and get it ready for the primer, whichever way I decide to go. But that's probably gonna take a little while, so I'll put it on time lapse and get into it. Okay, now it's actually been just over 3 weeks since I filmed the rest of this video, but I wanted to give the car a drive and yeah, just get it up to proper temperature and make sure that everything's as it should be. However, I haven't actually driven the car on the road in those 3 weeks, but there's been enough time. It's come in and out the shed quite a few times. I have got it up to running temperature, let everything settle down on multiple occasions, so I'm pretty sure everything is as it should be. So after reassembling everything, that's sort of what it should look like. Unfortunately, I did have a little bit of a nick just there. I might be able to touch it up with a nicker or something, but putting the rocker covers on with the fresh paint and the gaskets in there and the gasket goo, it was a lot tighter than just trying to rip them off when you didn't mind too much about touching them on things. I don't think I put it in the video, but I did also remove this fuel line, but to do that, it's pretty simple. You just push those fittings in and it will remove from both ends, and it gives you a little bit of extra room in there. And the other thing I don't think I mentioned, no I didn't, because I didn't actually film the reassembly because it was just a reverse of the disassembly, but the gasket goo, you just want to put some, it's about there and there where the timing cover crosses, and also on the half moons at the back, because that bolt there, and there's one just there, that is the last ones at the back, and then you've got those two big half moons so you can actually get the cover on. So I used a fair bit actually. I started just putting it in the two half moons, but then ended up, yeah, sort of doing the whole back edge of both covers, and yeah, got them on, and it does look a million times better. I'm happy with the result. It always makes such a big difference to these cars, but also because it won't leak so much oil onto the shed floor now. And yeah, they're the new bolts as well that I mentioned, so it just brightens up the front a little bit, and a couple of those are new as well. There was nothing really wrong with the other ones, but it looks a bit better. And if they had because it's such a common job, I think this car in the service manual, it's been done 3 times already, these rocker covers, before I did it this time. So the nuts, they just get, you know, if somebody's not being careful, they might strip them or round them off or something, or whatever. So yeah, that's why I had a few of those and a few of those spare to put on over the engine, just to make sure it has a nice tight good seal and fit. And that's really all there is to it. So that's it, job finished. I'm happy with the result. I always think it looks so much better on these engines. If you do have any questions about doing rocker covers on your car, if you get stuck or yeah, anything, just let us know in the comments. I'll try and help you. But if not, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. See ya.